4, Vincent, Stuart Lovely.
Right, good morning and welcome from sunny Harewood in Yorkshire for round 15 of the TVR Speed League Championship 2004. Some of the lads travelled up from Kent last night to be here today, and this is also an opportunity for the Midlands and Yorkshire lads to catch up with the championship. Steve, bit of a shake-up on the points yesterday at Lyddon. Do you want to fill us in?
There certainly was. I think the important thing now is to see that a lot of the competitors are finishing their 8 events. So yesterday I did my 8 events, for example. Tony Bradfield has now done 7 events. Alan Bankhurst has done 7 events. So what happens today is we have a number of competitors all coming up to their 8th event, and then we're going to be able to see what the championship is really going to look like at when we fill those times in.
So the next round goes to Debden, or is it Loughton? I can't quite remember.
The next one goes to Loughton Park. It's another hill, of course, so Tony Bradfield, the hills expert, will almost certainly want to be able to capitalise on that, and I'm sure that he'll do well there too. Let's just talk about the averages for a second. It's the averages for the events that really give you a key indicator on how close it's going to be at the end. And Tony Bradfield's average at the minute after 7 events is 23.95. Now, Andrew Farrell's average is 23.90. This is going to be really, really close. It is going to go to the wire, and I'm sure that Andrew, when Andrew goes to Debden, he's going to want to be able to see whether he can make up those last few points. It's going to be really tight. So the guys park up on a windy hillside, waiting to get called through to the start line.
Saturday, a fine sunny Kent. This is now Sunday, Harewood in Yorkshire. It's been absolutely tipping it down. The sun's come out now. This is John Pollard in Hillary's 3000S on the start line.
That's a great shot of John coming very fast through Farmhouse, around Quarry Bend. Yeah, I got into the Some good footage here of Andrew Farrell's first run. Really difficult to get a complete run from one handheld camera. So very, very fast down towards the S's. Round the tight chippies and up in towards Country Corner. Yeah, that's good. Carries good speed through there. Up through Willow. And fast up into Orchard Bend before coming through the Farmhouse. Watch out for the washing on the line. Round Quarry Corner at the end. Very fast, carry lots of speed through there and up the hill. And a little waggle to finish. Steve Dennis gets it away. Tony Bradfield now, always very keen to do the hills well. Fast down Thompson Straight, through the S's, very determined. A little bit too determined, Tony demolishing all the markers. Up through Country Corner, he's going to be fast through here, I'm sure. Up into Orchard Corner. Very fast through the farmhouse. Into Quarry. Oscar giving it some up into the hill.
That's what it said on there. Check it on the screen. Yeah, it said 42.
Running in class 5.
He did.
So we share with
Absolutely flying.
The Yellow Vixen Club has its annual convention at Harewood.
Down the hill, I was fast in the second.
And then just before the first time runs, the weather starts to look a little bit ugly. But we're going to go and have a go anyway.
So we're not first to the TVR coming up the hill at the moment. Anyway, we are indeed.
Andrew Farrell with your lovely bright yellow Cerbera, extremely quick machines, sounds absolutely wonderful. You were down at Lyddon yesterday, didn't disturb you because you were obviously busy carrying out some alterations to the car, but you had a good day at Lyddon.
Yeah, it's very good, very good. Luckily it was dry as well. Tried these new semi-slicks from Toyo, but as you can see they've been rubbing on the arches, the rear arches, and that was the problem yesterday, trying to raise the suspension. But yeah, that was a good day, fast day.
And what about today then?
Novel, complete contrast to yesterday. It was kind of like a little drive in the country today, but
Is this your first time to Harewood?
first time to Harewood, yeah. But I can see the rain's now come on after a fairly dry morning, but should be interesting.
Now the Cerbera is a big car. How do you does it suit this sort of circuit?
No, not really. Needs a shorter wheelbase, but can't really get the power down either. But no, it's a good circuit. Enjoyed it. It's a good contrast, but complete contrast to yesterday.
Now you're obviously in contention for the championship, and I understand that you're probably going to do the rest of the rounds remaining. Do you think you're in with a shout?
Don't think so, because this is first time here, not suited to this car. The next event is Lowton, which is another hill climb, so another tight event. And the last one is Debden, which I haven't done before. So no, I don't think so. I think dear old Jez and Tony have done well this season, and I think it's theirs. It'd be them battling it out.
So you've been out and done your first practice this morning. How was that?
Yeah, good. He managed to improve on the second practice by a little over 10 seconds, so it shows that just getting used to the thing, but not sure what's going to happen now with the rain. But
Oh well, he got it.
You'd have to be a complete idiot to be stood out in weather like this, let alone driving. And who'd want to be on the cameras? This is John Pollard showing the weather some healthy respect through Quarry.
I'm sure we'll get it going again, if not this afternoon. We are into the thick now of the action with the TVRs, and as we said, we've seen Stephen Brockman 136 come through.
Alan Bankhurst Vixen, surprisingly stable through the wet. Nice one, Al.
53, the more mature car.
I know I'm biased, but what a fantastic noise this car makes. This is local boy Stephen Broscombe, his 4.3 big valve brief. Very nice too.
Okay, that's got our course in place on the
Get the power down, Tone.
There. on the line.
This is Steve Lyle's V8S. Got the new front on it since it was off at Lowton in May. Painted up in time for Lowton, I'm told.
Charlie Group printing director completes his hill climb.
Steve Lyle, Steve Dennis, nice to see you both here. Obviously we don't see you down south much, so this is your chance to make your name in the TVR Speed Championship, so to speak. I'm not sure quite how you've both been doing in the championship so far, but obviously this hill is reasonably local for you guys. So how's it going?
Well, it's going all right. It's just a shame we had the cloudburst on our first time runs, but it's cleared now, so hopefully we'll get some good times in a minute. We shall see. We shall see.
Steve, how's your practice?
Second practice run was not too bad. My best time here was 73.05 and did 74.8 in the dry practice. So times were coming down, but then we got the deluge.
So you're expecting better things, obviously, in these time runs this afternoon. Are you both at Lowton in a couple of weeks' time?
Oh yes, absolutely.
And so is there, the competition, is it between you two mainly, or is there other people in?
It's me and John and Hillary.
Oh, well, John's been going very well, and because John's been fortunate that his time he's got this afternoon was in the dry against everybody else's in the wet, but, you've now got the opportunity to pull that back.
I didn't actually see what his time in the dry was, but yeah.
I think his time was 74.
Oh, yeah, do that. That's all right then.
6 seconds quicker than anyone else.
We'll have a go at that, yeah.
Good luck, guys. Speak to you later. Stuart Lobley, nice to see you again. Saw you last year at Lowton with your Vixen S4. You're still with your Vixen S4. You've come into this round 15 at Harewood here, 17th in position in the championship. You've been out and done your first practice this morning. So what have you got to say?
Glad to be in one piece, actually. Off the line's all right, put in second gear, and it was just as if we were on snow. There was absolutely no grip at all. Second practice, we've had second practice actually as well, and the grips returned, and it was okay. Still very circumspect because you just don't know whether the course is dry or not, and I was about 3 seconds off my best time up here. But yeah, looking forward to this afternoon, especially if the rain holds off and we have a dry track. Really looking forward to it.
So how's the rest of the year gone for you so far?
As last year, I've concentrated more on the Midland Speed Championship than I have on the TVR, and only done the TVR rounds when apart from this one, when they've clashed with Midland Speed. I've had a good year. I'm leading the class in Midland Speed, and really it's been a good year.
So this is almost local. Good morning, John Pollard. Last time we spoke to John last year at Lowton with his 3000E, you were just about to have an engine rebuild.
We did indeed. We've now got a 3.3 litre Essex engine in there rather than the 3 litre from last year, which has given us about another 80 horsepower over what we had last year.
So you're pleased with the car?
Very much so, yeah. Still got work to do on it. There's a few more tweaks to come, but we're getting there slowly.
John shares his drive with his wife Hillary, and we'll be speaking to Hillary later. John, as of yesterday, round 14 at Lyddon, of course you weren't there, you were leading the championship currently.
Indeed, yeah.
With 10 rounds.
Yep.
But it's probably all going to change today.
It's definitely all going to change now. It's downhill from now on out. There's various people here that have still got several rounds.
Or uphill even.
Yes, it could well be uphill.
Well, we have here Hillary Pollard, Mrs Pollard, married to John Pollard. Both got a TVR 3000S.
Yes.
Which I understand is owned by you, Hillary, and not John.
Yes, it's my company car.
Ah, how did you come about buying a TVR then? How did you get involved in motorsport?
John decided that he'd like to get back into motorsport. His first wife stopped him rallying, and he was a bit disappointed when the children left home. We said, what can we do with our time? We could have spent the money on a pension, but we decided to get the TVR instead.
So has it been a good investment?
Yes.
Okay.
But like everything in motorsport, you just keep throwing money at it.
Okay. So have you got any intentions in the future to change the car, or will you be keeping it? Will you be doing any alterations to it?
We're keeping it. We're going to get some new tyres and some new rims for next season, and hopefully we'll have enough money to be able to continue competing next season.
So how are you doing in the championship at the moment?
I think I'm leading, but Sarah's giving me a real hard time at the moment. I went off at Goodwood trying to catch her, going through Lavant, so
So you're obviously the only two girls that are in the championship this year. Is there a lot of rivalry between you?
No, we share the bottle of Baileys at Goodwood, so no, we don't tend to sort of wind each other up because I think we've both it'd end in tears for both of us. So no, we don't tend to do that.
And how about the competition between yourself and John?
Oh, he always wins.
Okay, so have you got any messages for any of the girls and wives, partners, girlfriends watching the video when it's eventually finished?
Come out, join us, it's great fun and the guys don't wind you up too much.
Good, thanks Hilary.
Did you have a good run?
I had a good practice. The first time run was very wet and it was not particularly good, but fun all the same.
Now, there's a little bit of history to this car, isn't there? I believe that you've obviously restored it lovingly and it's back to its former glory, and it goes very well.
It does go very well, yes. It was campaigned by Dave Balderston for a number of years, and I then bought it about 6 years ago, and I've been campaigning it since. I've modified it and improved it by the year, really, and it's been a very good car, and it's been a pleasure to be competing with it.
And as far as the Speed Championship's going this year, how's it going?
Yes, I'm doing quite well. I'm sort of up in the top few. I'm not quite sure exactly where I am, but doing okay, really.
Good. So you at Lowton next week?
Yes, I'm at Lowton next week, and then the final round at Debden in October. So looking forward to both those meetings.
So what do you think your chances are in the championship?
I think I'll be, if I'm in the top 5 at the end of the year, I should be quite pleased.
Thank you very much. Good luck for this afternoon.
Roy has 40 minutes practice this morning.
I had 3 weeks, it does make a difference.
Time for a PR visit, I think. Atmosphere. We had 14 cars out at Linden Hill Circuit yesterday. We've got 13 cars out here today. Our next round is at Lowton, and we're really looking forward to that. That's on the 19th of September, and the last round of the season is at Debden on the 3rd of October. So 17 rounds, your best 8 scores count. It's a fantastic championship.
Great. So just come and see you at your car, number
51.
51 in the paddock, and have a word, and you can be out there having a go instead of just watching.
Absolutely right. And it's much more fun than sitting up in the paddock.
Thank you very much indeed.
After lunch, we're into the second time runs. John Pollard wants to capitalise on his lead, I think. True that the lights of the Vixens can make the best of the hills despite the power disadvantage. The nimbleness and handling through the bends is absolutely superb. Run from Mr. Bankhurst. You won't be disappointed with that, I don't think. This is Alan Bankhurst's adversary. This is Stuart Lobley in his S4 Vixen. And very quick it is to round quarry. Flat from up the hill.
Hope he's enjoyed it. Came in at 72. Thurston car.
Mr. Lyle, good fun to watch as ever.
It's not the quickest one got. It looks impressive.
Yeah. John Haggis in 55. TVR Griffith 500, previously run at 79.04.
This is Steve Crossing. Going to the driver challenge. This is John Haggis's car. Nice weather. Sounds like it's out with a canary.
Don't worry about it.
Yes, a very nice car. Absolutely never been thrashed.
$71 something. Pleased with that?
I'm not too upset with that. You know, like we said, we banked a time, and 71 seconds on a first visit to somewhere as complex as this. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Mr. Farrell's just come up in 68 something. Did you know that?
I'm not at all surprised. He's an absolute lunatic in a very fast car. I must do something about his handicap algorithm.
Anyway, you had a good time.
It was absolutely excellent. Loads of places where I can make up time. If I can just get me brain around it, we can do sub 70 coming up here. But I've got to think about it a bit and have a look at the plan.
Another run to go yet?
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm up for it.
Excellent. See you later.
There's a 5 litre Rover
We're into the third time runs now, and this is Tony Bradfield doing his best to improve on his second, which really wasn't too bad.
Algorithm, so we'll include a competition as in France for the first time. So TVR beginning to two stops comes in at 71 71st visit here at Harewood. I'm sure hope he's enjoyed it. Came in at 70.
Mr. Farrell on 68.
That's a tough nut to crack, that is.
Can you pull that out the bag then?
2 seconds. It's a lot to ask for. I was going to go and try and compare the splits and see if I can work out where he's quicker, but I fear I'd find he's quicker all the way.
He's certainly got a lot of grunt up this last straight, and that looks to see where he's been making a lot of time, and on the short straight after the S's.
Really, you reckon that's where he's pulling away? I mean, I've got both feet through the floorboards, running like hell, and it doesn't seem to be enough. So,
because the Cerberus is a big car through the S's, and yours should be a bit more agile, but
yeah, that's why it'd be interesting to see if there's something somewhere I can do better to try and catch him. But 2 seconds, he's going well.
How about a tow rope on the back of him?
Good idea. I like your style. Do you think he'd notice the extra drag?
He might.
It's one way of doing it. Probably the only way, to be fair. No, it's going really well.
So one more run then,
Absolutely.
and you're going to go for it.
Yeah, well, I've got to get below 70 because I've been below 70 before, so that's the challenge on the last run.
Well, you've always been exciting to watch, so...
I've calmed down now, though. After
you?
last time at Lowton, I've calmed down dramatically.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to your last run anyway.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thanks.
John Haggis in 55. TVR with 500 previously.
Well, he doesn't look as though he's calmed down that much. This is the end of the day when everybody knows that it's over, but can't quite bring themselves to go and start packing up yet.
We're going to speak to Tom Farrell now. This is son of Andrew, who's chief mechanic. Tom, I mean, your dad's obviously going really, really well. It's got to be down to the mechanic, is that right?
Obviously.
So you're having a good time?
I'm having a great time.
So, when you're, how old are you?
14.
So, a few more years yet, and you'll have your licence. Is Dad going to leave you the car?
I'll take it off him anyway.
Yeah. So, are you going to be competing against him?
Obviously.
Yeah. And are you going to beat him?
Obviously, I will.
Well, you heard it here first. Tom Farrell, star of the future.
Sadly, Andrew's third run came to a sudden end when he broke a half shaft. Now, be nice, Nicky.
I know, he won't mind.
Well, another good day's motorsport was had by all. On algorithm, Tony Bradfield took the points home in 23.21. Andrew Farrell came in second with 22.42. Steve Lyle came in third with 22.34. And Stuart Lobley in the Yellow Vixen came in 22.26. Again showing just how close the scores are. Round 16 is in a couple of weeks' time at Lowton Park, and we're looking forward to that. In the meantime, we're hoping that Nicky Bradfield doesn't take up a new career in hang gliding. See you later, Nick. As ever, many thanks to Nicky and Rosie for manning the cameras and Paul for hanging it all together whilst I'm just out there playing cards.